talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. The she need down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
With your own beliefs, and every one of the carriers believes that you deserve more money. As soon as the Teamsters landed their contract, every postal worker said, what in the blue hell is going on? Why are we not getting that? Where's our president? Oh, he's driving one of our vehicles, getting drunk and arrested. So it all played out the wrong way for him, unfortunately. He might be a nice guy, I don't know. I don't care. But from exactly what you said, what you see and what he's doing and what he's not saying supersedes anything else. You don't know what you're getting paid. You don't know when you guys are gonna have your contract. You know they have some person to come and basically talk in between you two, but what's that really gonna do? That's more of, all right, let's just keep the same thing that we had before going. That's not gonna cut it. But these are a couple things that I want you to kind of, on your time, because your Zoom meetings are gonna blow up because everybody's gonna watch them, right? And see, that's me demanding. It's me demanding them to watch you. But one last thing, and this will be an opinion for you to share with them live. You realize that they're consolidating a lot of these buildings, and they're going to be doing a lot of these SNDCs. I went to one of them and saw, it go from 75 carriers to almost 500 carriers in one building. When you get a chance, talk about it. Talk about the pros, talk about the cons. I mean, it may not have affected you in your area yet, but kind of see what the perspectives are, see if there's anybody that has encountered it, and see what they think. I can give my opinion behind it. I walked into a shiny new building, saw a shiny new quarter. I'm like, damn, this place is nice. Brand new ice machines, brand new equipment, brand new hand trucks, brand new cases, brand new everything, brand new in there. I mean, you can literally eat off the floor because it was so clean. It was beautiful, brand new bathrooms. But everybody walked in there, they were miserable. They were like, man, this place is too big, man. This sucks. It had doors where, you got your bust through doors where they swing open. No, none of that. You walk up to a door, it goes up by itself. Everything is electric. It was beautiful. I'm not a carrier though. I'm not a carrier, so I don't know how that affects me, because it doesn't affect me. I don't know how it affects you or how it would affect you. Just give one of your Zoom meetings. People want to know, because they talk about, oh man, this is going to be garbage, man. This is going to be garbage. Is it? Think about those NGDVs, next generation vehicles. They're coming out. One of our DSIs is out in Oklahoma getting trained on them. Give your opinion about that as well. Pros and cons. Keep it neutral, because they are coming. They're getting trained on them today as we speak. They probably got done with their second day today. So it's coming. And you're going to be here a while when it gets here. Yeah. Still look young, so you'll be here for it. So these are things that, why does my thing keep doing this? These are things that people want to talk about. If I give my opinion, oh, shut up, you're just a truck driver. Yeah, you're right. But hearing it from another carrier, it'd be nice. These are real life scenarios, and how that's going to affect your contract as well, because they're going to be breaking up routes. They're going to minimize the time. I know for a fact they continually hire more and more carriers in my area. And that's because they're breaking your routes up. So there's some people that live off overtime that hate it. There are some people that can't stand overtime that love it. But it's going to create more work, create more routes. But how's it affecting? Pros and the cons. Something for you to think about.
without getting too much into it now, we did talk about that in a second meeting a little bit, and I think, the way that it's being implemented is just, there's a number, without getting too deeply into it, there's a number of reasons why I think the way it's being implemented, at least, is not going well. I'm all for, the post office, the world is constantly changing. We need to change with the times, right? But the way that that's done, it should not come at the expense of workers' working conditions or their customers, the American public, access to facilities. I'm very concerned that we have a very unique delivery network. In a city, a lot of neighborhoods have post offices. And there's many post offices, and a worry of mine is that we go the route of having big mega hubs in the suburbs, like FedEx and Amazon and UPS. They're going to start closing down those neighborhood post offices, and it's going to really negatively impact customers' access to our facilities. For public service, we should be doing everything we can to make it very accessible and as affordable as possible. But I really think there's a number of reasons why I think this is going to be bad. The cost savings from the USPS is going to be put onto workers with increased commutes. There's a number of things. I don't know, we don't have all the time in the world to get into it right now, but I think this is going to be an ongoing discussion we're going to have within the NALC, within the postal unions, about how, our relationship to this, and if we fight back against it. It's a discussion and debate that needs to happen desperately.
Kind of late to fight against it because it's already happening. But it's about the areas, though. It is about the areas. I want to cut this to about an hour. So in closing, please do tell why everybody needs to put their football aside and their UFC aside on a Sunday or whatever day you have it, and take a few minutes for you. Please do tell.
I think no one is going to, if things are not going well, you think in society, in your workplace, in your union, no one is going to change that for you. You need to get involved and be a part of the process to change, to fight, to transform our union, to win better wages, whether that's a 25% raise or whatever, and better working conditions going forward. And so I think, to me, the biggest thing about this bill of fighting NALC Zoom meetings is that we've gotten momentum around open bargaining. It's not going to change it. It's not going to solve all problems, but I think the best. It's a good step in the right direction. It's a really important step in the right direction of the process of transforming our union, how we relate to our leadership relates to the membership, how our membership participates in our union. Now we can use that to transform this process and actually do what unions are supposed to be doing, which is educate the membership, organize the membership, activate the membership, and put up a fight. And so I really want to say just one last thing. I wanted to talk about one of the things I'm really passionate about, and I think is going to be a discussion and debate going forward, is that I think that postal workers and all federal workers need and deserve the right to strike. Now, people are, that's kind of a scary word, but I really want to say, I'm being clear that we're talking about the right to strike. In the NALC contract, we have both a no strike clause, and it's illegal federally for federal workers to strike. And so how do we do that? I think that we need to start a process within the union of discussion and debate internally about, in 2026 contracts, probably too late for this contract, but that we should move to strike out, to take out the no strike clause from our contract, and at the same time, lobby Congress and activate and mobilize with other postal unions, other federal unions, to organize rallies, to publicly call for that we should deserve the right to strike. Anything that's going forward and changes at the post office going forward, I think postal workers deserve a say in it. And for workers more broadly, the strike is the most powerful tool that we have. It's not maybe necessarily the first thing that you do, but if we're getting absolutely clobbered with wages, with low wages and poor working conditions, and the implementation of postal consolidation, and things are going poorly, and negotiations have failed, I think workers deserve and they need the right to strike in order to the ultimate leverage in that process. And so I think we should just discuss this. This is going to be a discussion and debate over the course of the next few years. How do we fight?
So I took that question out specifically because I didn't want to address it, but that's a serious question. So I'm gonna actually ask you this question, and I'd like for you to actually have one specific episode about this answer. You don't have to give it to me. The question is strikes and legal boundaries. Given the legal restrictions on strikes by postal workers. What alternative strategies does Build a Fighting NALC movement consider to advocate for workers' rights? It's your first question. Second question is, how does the movement navigate the legal landscape to mobilize members while adhering to the law? Okay, you can listen to this back, but definitely address that, because at this point, obviously the whole word strike would get people fired in this place for some reason. But
do you want me to answer that, or you just kind of going to think about these things?
I want you to address that because if you why don't you touch this? If you address that in a full on, because we're at the end of the Zoom, I don't know how many people listen to the whole thing, but if you address that and say, hey, our next meeting is going to be about strikes, and you address this specific topic, because we spoke about a lot of topics.
Yeah.
You specifically detail one specific topic about what you want to talk about. Hey, we're not going to be talking about pay this time. We're not going to be talking about the heat and the sun and the working conditions. We're specifically going to be talking about strikes. If you start breaking it up into specific categories every time you talk, people say, you know what, I'm going to listen to this one. I want to hear what he got to say. So again, striking legal boundaries. Given the legal restrictions on strikes by postal workers, what alternative strategies does Build a Fighting NALC movement consider to advocate for workers' rights? And how does the movement navigate the legal landscape to mobilize your members while still adhering to the law, this weird law that they put into effect?
That's
all
great.
Right?
Definitely keep those in mind. Sorry, I had to slip that in there. I think we could do a whole episode on this. I did a whole interview with Ron Speakman at the Fed Up podcast about that exact topic. Something that I encourage people to go listen to. But again, I mean, just to say one last thing, if you want to fight for, if you want to fight for open bargaining, you want to fight to transform our union, you should join our next Zoom meeting on Sunday, June 2nd. It's at noon Central Time. So that's 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m.
Hold on. Wait. I'm going to catch that one. I'm going to actually use this as a short. All right, ready? Go ahead. What'd you say?
If you want to get involved to fight for open bargaining and you want to transform the NALC, you should join our next Zoom meeting, which is on Sunday, June 2nd at noon Central Time. That's 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to be talking about some of the ways that leadership has spoken against open bargaining, why we think it's a good idea, why it would strengthen the process of negotiations, why it would strengthen our union by mobilizing the membership and having transparency and regular updates in the negotiation process. So if you want to fight for those things, join us on Sunday, June 2nd, and let's build a stronger fighting NALC together.
And this is Mr. Tyler Vasseur. You heard it from the horse's mouth. He said, be there, or he's coming to your front door like a crazy supervisor. I'm going to put that short up, just so you know.
That's great. I appreciate it.
We're going to get you out there, brother.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time. This has been, I think, really incredible.
I didn't want to really throw too many hardball questions at you, but I got you some things to think about.
Absolutely.
Because I've been through different unions in my time. My dad's been in Teamsters, etc. So, I spoke to him and then talked to a couple of other family members and figured that, you know what, if you're going to be a voice of the voiceless, you got to be ready to, answer a lot of questions with this newer generation that really technically wants some handouts. I don't want to hold you too much longer. I appreciate your time. Anything else you want to say in closing? This is your world.
And I think I got most of it out there. I just, again, thank you for your time. So it's YouTube channels like yours and podcasts similar to yours that have really, in the moment where postal workers and NALC members are looking for answers, and they're not getting it from our leadership, they're not getting it from the structures of our union where it should be coming from, they're looking to independent voices like yours and have really been able to get as much information as we can give them. And so I think that is how we're going to, a part of the overall process of I think, building the unions that we actually deserve. And so I'll just leave it at that.
All right. Many blessings up in your cold area.
Thank you.
And all right, man, we
Take
shall
care.
chat. I'll be in touch with you Send me a text message and I'll try and make this video work out. All right. It may be a couple sessions because it's a little long, but we'll make it work.
Thank you.
All right. All right.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.